must report to Captain Brandt. That's the way of things, is it not?
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right, or you know where to find. Well met, sir.
Follow me.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot.
Is there aught you require?
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
Who are you supposed to be? Can't you see I'm on duty?
Best mind yourself in my presence, sir.
Mind? I have time.
Beg pardon, sir. But Captain Brandt bade me ask aught of you, if you would hear it. However, it is a matter best kept from prying ears. Might we not move? Firstly, pray, take this. 'Tis a regalia sword, one of the kingdom's treasures. 'Tis my duty to guard it. Yet, I have stolen it from the masquerade hall where 'twas on display. A duplicate now rests in its place, and I must beg you to keep the true artifact hidden, lest the ruse be discovered. Generations of Amundian rulers have wielded it, though not in battle, of course. 'Tis a ceremonial weapon for use in parades and the like. Yet, Deesa's disdain for tradition has seen the blade suffer. 'Tis fractured, and has lost much of its former luster. Captain Brandt is of a mind to restore it, so that it might serve as a symbol of your authority, Sir Arisen. Indeed, when the time comes for you to announce your ascension, having this sword at your hip would doubtless elevate your standing in the eyes of the people. And I must confess, having watched over the blade for many a year, I've grown rather fond of it. I should be well glad to see it restored to its former splendor by your hand. My hopes for our kingdom and its treasure go with you, Sir Arisen. I bid you good fortune.
We must needs find a smith with the skill to restore this blade. To whom can we turn for aid in this matter? I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Black Batal. Perhaps he could restore the regalia sword? Allow me to guide you, Master. I know the person you're looking for.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. We shall remain here.
There's ought to be said.
I'll find myself a worthy patron soon enough.
Much going on.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
I'd sooner stay out of that.
What must needs be done?
Always sets me to thinking, this place.
Mayhap I'll go on an adventure of my own.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
There's aught about you, I have to say. Thank you. You know, many of our patrons, yet there is something. I lived a simpler life once. But one man changed all that. 'Tis no simple matter for a woman to make it this far on her lonesome. Yet after all this time, here I am.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Too quiet here for my liking.
I don't find social quite too much.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs, just to be sure. We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an ox cart and save our strength.
Right you are.
'Tis dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern now. I shan't let it fall. Here we go again. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight with arm. By your leave. Over here, if you please. Thank you, Con. I did not mean to trouble you. Are you all right?
Of course it falls to me to do this. Isn't that always the way of things? Can't say I'm thrilled, but I've no sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as the... So?
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? I'll gather this. It might be of use. I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Dogma. Perhaps he could restore the regalia sword? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Would you mind coming over here?
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
An impressive diversion. Shall I finish them off, Arisen?
A wise strategy. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true. Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. A common reward. Frustratingly so. We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself. Would that such tranquility could last. True enough. Have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. We defeated when their skulls were smashed beyond repair.
Let us see what you're made of.
Thank you. Stand firm. You must not let down your guard, even for a moment.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beast rooms for allies.
Words worth hearing. Hold fast, Arisen. I shan't let you fall. Foremost priority is to douse those flames.
An unlikely location for a path. Mayhap it leads to a hidden hoard of treasure.
Pray, keep your wits about you. We needn't go barging in.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Batal's Empress has clearly earned the love and respect.
Welcome, and as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service. It's a fair price. do come again.
I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Blackbatal. Perhaps he could restore the...
What business have you here?
Over here, if you please.
A customer then. That changes things.
We're here, Master.
If 'tis a blacksmith you need, I can't help you. I'm retired, see? Oh ho! 'Tis a regalia sword you want restored, is it? That's a first. All right, give us a look then. Now here's a masterwork of craftsmanship if I e'er saw one. Not to blow my own horn, but I wager I'm the only blacksmith who could set this ailing steel to rights. But, as I've said, I've lain down my tools, and before you start begging, know that I don't intend to pick them back up. Well, why are you still standing there? Leave an old man in peace.
That went rather poorly, I fear. What are we to do now?
Still here, are you? My smithing days are done.
Beg pardon, you'll have to forgive him. He's been in a foul mood ever since we got cut off from the fuel for our forge. Though, he's always been a bit crotchety, come to think of it.
Enough cheek, you wool-brained wastrel. Now, I'm off to the tavern. Can I count on you to mind things here while I'm gone?
Of course you can. You go enjoy yourself. Psst. Hang about, eh? When he's gone, you and I can talk. Twas till the monsters settled in, that is. Neither of us can go anywhere near the place now. Listen, Brocker's too proud to ask for help, but I'm not. Would you be willing to go out to the cavern and mine us up some glimmer coal? I'll take as much as you can carry. Should you succeed, I reckon he'll change his mind about restoring that blade of yours. Now, true to its name, glimmer coal emits a pale light. So you'll want to cast your eyes about for any glowing spots when you get to the cavern. Oh, suppose you'll be needing the name of the place. Digger's Ruins 'tis called. I'll count on you to bring lots of the stuff back.
If we can procure some glimmer coal from Digger's Ruins, Sir Brocker ought to have a change of heart about the regalia sword. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Go on, have a look. Hoy, looking to change. No need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've naught to... Lose, and you might even make a... A new discovery. Pleasure doing...
I am honored, Master. This Maester's teaching is a precious gift. I swear I shall make good use of it.
Well met today. How might I be of service? Most of our guests are only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer. His untidy lodgers. Do come again.
This ought to suffice. Unless you'd rather mine for more, Master.
Indeed, you are correct.
Not much going on hereabouts.
This next one's sure to put a smile on your face.
I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
You're back. Have you any glimmer call for me? If you can bring us some glimmer coal, as I've said, so you'll want to cast your eyes up. Digger's Ruins. That's the name of the...
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
This armor's far from comfortable.
Still here, are you? My smithing days are...
What business?
Interested in my wares?
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Most of our guests are only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I... shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lodgers. Always a pleasure.
Understood. I shall watch over this till the hour of its use.
Dead on my feet.
Can scarce afford to keep us fed these days.
Interested in my wares?
Precious little time. Sweet like a log, such worn out gear. Suppose I can finish
Well
it
met.
tomorrow.
Got to work if I'm to put bread on the table.
Behold the Sphinx's tail.
My head hurts just thinking of.
What do you think? Does this suit me? Hard to make ends meet these days.
If I were you, I'd keep my distance from that forbidden magic research lab.
Your mornings get earlier, bones get older.
Looking for all the... What business have you here?
How might I be of service? Welcome, and as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service at a fair. Do come again.
This ain't my polish up my gear for tomorrow.
How is a welcome sight. Have a gander at my wares. Shan't regret it. Hope to see you again, El.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously. Here we go again. We fight. To arms. Violin. Stay with me, Tristan. Hold right there. Our best when we combine our strength.
Reinforcements? Wouldn't know we had such resources.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other. A cave. Shall we proceed into the depths?
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
By your leave.
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you?
I will protect you.
You're soaked! Do try not to catch cold.
Fort Felton was easier than previous loss. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Shall we set it rolling? How very inspired. I cannot wait to return beyond the rift and inform my own master of this.
Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar. You have my protection.
As you wish. I shall return directly. It's about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
Methinks I can make it over there. Might I be of assistance?
In truth, I'm unready to part from this place. Might I not be allowed to explore it further?
A covetous nature is like to invite all manner of misfortunes. A heavy pack, not least among them.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
This looks as good a place as any. I've got wares of every ilk. Hope to see you again.
A customer, then. That changes things.
You're back. Have you any glimmer call for me? If you can bring us some glimmer coal, as I've said, so you'll want to cast your eyes. Digger's Ruins. That's the name of the place.
What business have you?
Where are you off to? Most of our guests only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lodgers.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Shall we get...
Most of our guests are merchants. Only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lodgers. Always a pleasure.
This hustle and bustle puts me right at home. Work
Pray, light your lantern, Master. Battle is best avoided here.
Now that was a satisfying bit of exploration. Though I should hope we need not always be so thorough.
Let us make for a safe location where we might regain our strength.
I shan't let them harm you. I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Tis rather high. It might be beyond our reach. Master, I believe I could be of aid here. Might I be of assistance? Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
This ought to be more than enough glimmer coal to satisfy the smith. Shall we deliver it to Sir Sarah? Person of import, I take it. Very well. I will lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. One never can have too many of these.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use. Out of the cave at last.
Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit.
You have my support.
Hold a moment. Haven't we already found what's being asked of us here? Right, just follow me. Do try to keep me in your sights, Master. I shan't lead you astray.
You're back. Have you any glimmer coal for me? Look at it all. This This'll last us a good while. You've my gratitude. Brocker, we've got more glimmer coal. Now we can reignite the forge.
Tisn't the forge what needs igniting, girl, but your fool ears. I've told you my smithing days ended when those monsters moved in. I've no use for glimmer coal anymore. I'm done, understand? I'll not hear another word about that rusted hunk of steel. If you're so keen to have it repaired, then see to it yourself. Now leave me be. My mattress beckons.
Oh, I was certain he'd pick up his tools again if we only had more glimmer coal. My apologies for putting you to all that trouble, sir, but mayhap your efforts needn't go to waste. I could try my hand at repairing that sword for you, if you'd be agreed. Way I see it, if old Brocker's the only smith with the skill to see it done, then I'm your best hope, being as I'm his apprentice and all. Well, what say you? I'm grateful for your trust, sir. You'll soon see your faith was well placed. Mayhap not soon as 'twere. I fear I'm a novice in the truest sense. I'll be needing some time. But I'll see it done all the same. You have my word. Mark me, this blade will be shining like a star by the time I'm finished with it.
Impeccably done.
It seems 'twill take a rather complex process to restore the sword, but I've no doubt that Sir Sara is up to the task.
Right you are.
I'm grateful for your trust. Mayhap not...
Would you mind coming over here?
Surely I'm overdue a day.
Fancy a look at my wares? Most of our guests are only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, tis untidy lot. Just Always a pleasure.
Always another errand to see to.
There's a tavern that stocks new liquor, but they only cater to
Is this place bereft of beasts and brigands both?
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day. We ought to heal ourselves while under the charge. We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort. Understood.
Well-aimed strike, right where it compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Wish me to return? At once, Master.
Fetters of this world doom it to perpetuity.
Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drake. As well. Bring what ye reap. Then I bid ye farewell.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Prepare you! You've been doused in oil! You must steer clear of fire!
As you wish. I shall return directly.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares, tacky. To work. I could die happy in a place like this, I could.
Looking for all in...
What business have you?
As long as you please. How's life treating you? Look as long as you please.
Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
How might I be of service? Most of our guests only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lodgers.
Oh, how I've longed. Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested?
Most of our guests emerge, only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, tis untidy lodgers. Always a pleasure.
I'm worth more than that. Come on, don't be silly.
I'd never leave.
I've ne'er seen this sort of craftsmanship. How'd they work such a pattern into the blade? Hoy there, Arisen! Forgive, the blade's make is as intricate as 'tis beautiful. Suppose that's why these things ne'er see battle, eh? If I only knew how to create this pattern on the
What are you jabbering about now?
Oh,
You're looking at the work of a blaze hammer. 'Tis a process scarce employed, but one befitting the prestige of a regalia sword. Honestly, girl, you're no apprentice of mine if you can't figure out aught as simple as that.
Sorry, Brocker. Must have slipped my mind. But if these patterns were the work of a blaze hammer, mayhap that's what it'd take to fix the blade. If you've not heard the term, 'tis where you heat your hammer to extreme temperatures by dipping it in magma. 'Tis hardly e'er used since the hammers like to cool afore you can forge aught with it. Brocker's explained the process to me, but I wonder if that's enough.
What business have you here?
Knowing that the pattern's on the sword, suppose I'll sleep on it.
How could that whelp fail to recognize... but it's what she done.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect... It seems 'twill take a rather complex...
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. It seems 'twill take a rather complex
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can even mark them on your map. It seems 'twill take a rather complex process to...
We pawns cannot set foot in Batal without feeling the people's contempt for us.
Take heart, for we are fulfilling our duty at the Arisen's side. We have...
My services don't come cheap, mine. I'm a master of the craft, I am. You're welcome.
How's life treating you? Welcome. And well... Always a pleasure.
If you desire a new look, mayhap my services can be of aid. If you've work needs doing, I'm your woman.
Well met, sir.
Just how I like it.
Hey,